Hello, dear one. I am so excited to speak with you today about your most luminous energy center, the sacral chakra. So, the sacral chakra is the second one in the system. It sits just on top of the root, right where you might expect by the name, where the sacrum is, as well as the low waist, low navel. And internally, it would be the placement of our physical or energetic, metaphorical womb. It's the womb space. And just as the earth is, the root, and then water flows on top, our root chakra is governed by earth, and this sacral chakra just on top is governed by water. That's the element of this chakra. And this is the region of our bodies, again, whether physically or energetically, metaphorically, are really meant to contain the waters of life. And this center, I really liken it to being the chakra of the goddess archetype. Regardless of your gender or gender identity, it's carrying the really sensual energies and the medicine of the goddess for the world. The translation of the name for the sacral chakra in the ancient Sanskrit, which is Svadhisthana, interestingly does not translate to sacral, but rather translates to sweetness. And I often say, just as it takes the waters flowing over the earth to really create that soil as fertile and rich, I often say that the medicine that you bring to the world from your luminosity zone by radiating the light of this sacral chakra is you're really bringing the sweetness, the richness, that which makes our lives feel fertile. So this center physically, right, is governing physical creativity or procreation, bearing of life. And that's certainly governed here. But the more esoteric question of this energy zone is, what am I meant to birth in this life? What is meant to come through me energetically? And in that way, this is the energy zone of creativity, of the divine forces that creativity are on this planet. And you really bear that wisdom and that medicine. And creativity can look like so many things. Yes, it can be creating life, certainly. And it's so linked to creating art, beauty, music, dance, expression, and can also be creative ideas for problem solving, how we prepare a beautiful meal or make a bath feel extremely luscious, decorate a room to evoke harmony or sexuality or calm or cool. You really bring an intelligence for the creative process and where it fits into the great family of things that is so, so beautiful. And that's another one of your genius zones is beauty. You have this sense of a world that is beautiful, and even more so an ability to bring beauty, create beauty, evoke beauty in any place you touch, any zone that you choose to create as your zone. You bear an ability to bring that beauty. This is our ultimate pleasure center. And what I mean by that is that those bearing a lot of luminosity in the sacral chakra have an innate understanding of the sensuality of the experience of our lives. This is a very embodied chakra. When I say sensuality, I mean it very, very literally. What is it to experience life through our senses? That sense of feel. What does life feel like? And what does it smell like and taste like and sound like and look like? And how sensuality is such a gateway to pleasure. Can be such an intense gateway to pleasure. Yes, that's sexual pleasure, and you certainly bear the capacity for that energy, for that sexual energy. And it's the sensual and pleasure-based energy of living in our bodies as a massive umbrella. Sexuality is under that, but the sensual pleasures of movement, of taste, of smell, of luscious music. Like I said, you know how to make a bath feel better or a dance feel better than anybody else. When we're around that campfire, you have such an innate sense of that feeling of warmth on your skin, the sound of the crickets or the drums, and that sense of movement that's going to just absolutely feel the best. I love this energy center so much because I feel as though the medicine that you bring to the world, that you bear for the world right now, is so essential. It's so necessary. Our capacity to get back into the sensuousness of our animal and our creature, and to give ourselves that full embrace of our capacity for pleasure, our capacity for sensory experience, and the great necessity that we all bring our genius right now to the creative process to help us co-create a world that is that sensuously enjoyable for all beings is such an incredible medicine and a gift to the world in these times. So thank you so much for being you and for bearing the radiance of the Svadhisthana sacral space for the world. My creative joy and my deep pleasure is in holding spaces where we can most express and cultivate and expand our personal sense of radiance and luminosity in the world. If you are in a place where embarking upon and growing and expanding and embracing all of this light you bear, all of this genius you carry for the world, then I hope you'll check out some of the links and offerings below, see what speaks to you, and I'll be in touch in the coming weeks and months ahead with some really delicious and luscious and hopefully pleasurable offerings that may help you even more deeply tap into your inner radiance and most fully expressed creative luminosity.